Some of the guys I ride with and I had been planning a trip to the National Motorcycle Museum for many years, but never seemed to make it happen. Then we heard the museum was closing down in September of 2023. So on May 17th, 2023, we decided to make a trip down. We left at 6 a.m. and arrived at about 2:30 p.m. The museum is located in Anamosa, Iowa, about 270 miles south of Minneapolis. We figured we'd ride down, tour the museum, then stay in an Airbnb, then ride home the next morning. The museum is really cool. Lots of interesting motorcycles from all eras, including replicas of the Easy Rider bikes and a tribute to Indian Larry. You hear a lot of comments like, "I always wanted one of these," and "My cousin had one just like this." The museum is closing in September 2023, so if you want to visit, do so before then. It struck me that these really early bikes look a lot like electric bikes do today. A slightly beefier bicycle with a power plant much smaller than the internal combustion engine on today's full-on motorcycles. One thing I've always loved about motorcycles is the bright paint jobs and the logos on the tanks. And I've always had a soft spot in my heart for early 70s Kawasaki 100s. After the museum, we rode from Anamosa to Glen Haven, Wisconsin, where we had an Airbnb. On the way down to Anamosa, we rode mostly highways, so on this leg of the trip, getting off the highways and riding the back roads was a really welcome change. Our original route had us taking a ferry across the river, but due to the flooding, the ferry was not running, so we had to ride through Dubuque and up that way. It ended up being a pretty long day, and we didn't get into the Airbnb until after 6 p.m. And remember, we started off at a little before 6 a.m. We have been staying at Airbnbs for our bike trips for many years now. We have the entire house with a kitchen and a grill to ourselves. Compare that to having to get multiple hotel rooms and eating out all the time. We try to find old houses that are interesting. This one was from the early 1900s and could sleep 10. We each paid $40 for the night. It also had 2 sitting rooms on the main floor and an additional sitting room upstairs. Our bikes were an 82 Goldwing 1100, that's my bike, 2 Harley-Davidson Road Kings, that would be Tony and Doc's bikes, a Harley-Davidson Fat Boy, that would be Pete's bike, and a Suzuki DL650, Mark's bike. On the way back, we weren't in a big hurry, so we followed the river valley, which is much better riding than the highways. And the roads on the Wisconsin side are amazing. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, hit the like button and think about subscribing. Thanks.